From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw on the first play, McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
19 Lions.
McCarthy off the play fake. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 15 yards.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Alert! Alert! Shut up! Head to 60! Head to 60! Roll! Roll! Roll!
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The Jets at 6-2 to start play. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Cougar 19!
Now McCarthy. Open man is Yoshibas. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Throwing is McCarthy. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
shotgun handoff to Brown here. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A great effort right from the snap there on the defensive side from Amari Barno. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, McCarthy. That is caught by Mitchell for the Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Browns, nothing.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Jets defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
36 yards on the play.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this curve. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
Looking deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
There's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun and give to Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 30.
Well, this defense for the Browns very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To the air with McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Harrison Smith.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80. Slash. Bring it.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Yards on the play.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he's got it to about the 40.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat.
Right back to Brown. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, shot. 70 Timberwolves. Mustang 19. 79 Bronco. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And it'll be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
This is Brown going up the middle. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Bronco 80. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
On play action. Now McCarthy. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10. An inside give, Brown. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. DJ Chark. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. He went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's Shedeur. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
9 yards. That's good for a Browns.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
19 Lions.
Throwing again, it's Sanders. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cleveland.
From the set. 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, go.
Throwing, Sanders. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second down and 6 now.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Now Sanders. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 16. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
First down, Browns.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Sanders. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Sanders to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And it is caught at the 7-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
At the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Sanders. And it will be intercepted. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in the second half. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense, Charles, they had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Sanders pass. Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
He was taken down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
Play action. It's Sanders. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
19. Cup 19.
Sanders going to throw again. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. 10 more yards. Complete to number 14, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. To throw is Sanders. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And now an audible here into something else. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw again, here is Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80. Cougar.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Smith trying to run for it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 8 yards out. And the Browns go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
At their own 35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34.
Smash! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Hut.
They give it to Brown. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Handing it off to Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you got to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 70 Timberwolves. Hut, hut.
Here's a give to Brown. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down at 4 now.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to make it a 2-score game. York able to send this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's good. First down.
They go play action now. Sanders. what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a little dive. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
13 yards on the play. That's another Browns first down.
They'll look to throw again. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Panther left.
Sanders once more. That's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. A big play here. A crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Sanders. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
79 Broncos.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Harold Fannin, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Jets 17. Browns 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Ready up. On the 10. On the 10. 10. Here we Nice it. 60, nice it.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Stephanie. Cougar 19. 79.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
So for the Jets, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.